Hello and welcome to a time special presentation for Thirukkural with the Times, where we explore real-world lessons from the classic Tamil text Thirukkural with motivational speaker, author and diversity champion Bharathi Baskar as she explores the masterpiece. Ever experienced this? A bunch of you and your friends talking when suddenly a know-it-all jumps in and hogs the conversation. Can you believe Thiruvalluvar talks about this exact experience in this Kural? He likens an ignorant stranger with a dirty footprint on a clean bed. This week, listen to Bharathi Baskar explain how the poet talks about such an experience.
The 90s and the 2K kids were entertained by cartoons like Oswald and Dexter's Laboratory. Oswald was the favorite character of my daughters. He was a safety-conscious but fun-loving octopus who lived in an apartment complex with his dog. Oswald's downstairs neighbor and best friend was Henry the penguin. Henry is a creature of habit. He tries his best to maintain a rigid schedule, and Henry is best known for taking outstanding care of his spoon collection. There is nothing worse than a dirty spoon, Henry remarks often. My daughters call me Henry secretly, as I too worry about dirty spoons. I also constantly fret about the dust on the balcony rail, the circular coffee stain created on the side table, and the hair strands left in the comb by one of the girls. Borrow money from me and don't return. I don't care too much. Borrow a vessel from me and return without its lid. I may become your enemy. But what tops the list of my irritants is someone placing a dirty foot on the bedsheet. When I was secretly worried whether I was becoming a OCD, Thiruvalluvar came to my rescue. I found out that he too was concerned about a dirty bedsheet just like me. This revelation gave me happiness and bliss. I'm not alone. The man whose wisdom personified shares the same trait. Valluvar talks about this in the midst of a serious chapter about idiocy. Valluvar was apparently in the middle of a cadre of wise friends. They got together after a long time. They were able to strike a chord immediately and kindle themselves with the intellectual curiosity that bonded them. There started a discussion about some important aspect of life, and the discussion was getting interesting by the minute. Just then, a stranger came from nowhere and looked too eager to join the conversation. Politeness was the virtue of the wise, and hence they allowed him to share his views. In less than a minute, there was an uncomfortable silence in the coterie. They found themselves stuck in a situation with someone who loved to have total control of the conversation and did not know when to pass. The stranger was chatting non-stop with absolute authority and arrogance which only ignorance can bestow upon people. The embarrassed bards did not know to stop him and continued to endure the ordeal. Finally, Valluvar had to wrap up the session to stop him. The scholars left with a heavy heart for having missed the opportunity of the elite company, while the intruder went back happily, thinking that he had silenced all the so-called wise with his astounding knowledge. As Valluvar returned home, he did not feel like eating. He decided to hit the bed. When will be the next opportunity for the union? And what is the guarantee that no fool will invite himself to that party as well? He was sad and wanted to end that day. Just as he hit the bed, he cringed because he saw a dirty footprint on the white mattress. Somebody has placed an unwashed foot over the spread. There is nothing worse than a dirty bedspread, he must have thought, just like Henry the penguin. Then he must have said to himself, no, there is something as distasteful as this. The appearance of a fool in an assembly of the learned. Kazhakaal, Palliyul, Vaiththatral, Sandroar, Kuzhaaththu, Pedhai, Pugal. Like him who seeks his couch with unwashed feet is a fool who intrudes where wise men meet.